What's up, everyone? I'll give it a few minutes for everybody to get here. We're going to talk about prop firm, how to pass prop firms, how to extract value from prop firms, and how to be successful using prop firms in this webinar. Personally, this is going to be the last episode in this series. I will... one second. All right, so give me 1 sec. Let me just change the thing. 1 second. 1 second. Let's see this so you can see my pretty face better. Let's see. Anyway, so we're gonna be talking about obviously entries and exits of whatever interesting today. However, I'm going to explain to you how to pass a prop firm challenge and how to make sure that you are gonna get funded and stay funded. Okay, so you're probably not gonna like the answer. Give me a sec, almost done. All right, there we go. One sec. Where's this thing? All right, there we go. Can somebody confirm that you can hear me? Oh, fine, and all that. There's nothing, no lag this time. Let's see. All right. Let me just move this a few windows. Some small housekeeping before we start. And then we're gonna go be off to the races. All right. So anyway, today we're gonna be giving a bunch of stuff. We're gonna be giving an accounts giveaway. So we're gonna one of our mods will be selecting best questions, not just one but several. So ask questions or comments, and the lucky few people will win a bunch of accounts. All right. So for those who joined early, you know what the deal is. And for those who joined late, will join later, well, they're lost. All right? So now, because it's the beginning of the stream, now you have more chances to ask better questions, and we can go from there. All right. So anyway, let me just briefly talk about the gold trade. I was waiting for a little deeper pullback yesterday at 786. As you can see, 702 worked like a charm, and it just bounced off of it. Happens. So you never know. Sometimes it can still go here and then bounce. But you can see that the fibs, if you've been part of this series from the beginning, at least the fibs, you know, all these fib levels, how to trade them, how to enter them, and the importance of the sweet spot zone for nice entries, because we essentially bounced what, 50 points, 55 points in a day, right, in 24 hours. So on gold, that's nothing to sneeze at all, right? So hopefully you've learned, or at least have an interest in exploring this further, and I've explained to you how you can use this to your advantage. You have to basically just take a small account, or demo even if you have to, and do 100 trades, 100 fucking trades. And out of those 100 trades, you're gonna keep a journal of every single one of them. That's the dedication it takes. I know you're lazy. It's like I'm here like it's like little kids who don't want to brush their teeth, you know what I mean? Until it just becomes a habit. All you got to do is create a habit of taking a screenshot of before and after each trade, and write down the summary, why you entered, why you exited, what was the performance of the trade, right? And I can guarantee you develop that discipline, just like brushing teeth, your trading is going to be a lot better. Why? Because you're going to have consistent. You're gonna have consistent data of what works and what doesn't work, and it needs to be a statistically large, significant amount of trades for to extract value. So it cannot be just 5, you know. So you can't just and I know you want to just complete the task within a week, and be like, okay, now I know how to trade. No, it's going to take you a month minimum. Okay, because you want to see how this type of trading performs in different market cycles, and that's why you need to just be patient. And that will bring me to the next point. How do you pass prop firm challenges? Okay, let me show you how it looks like from the view of a prop firm. Well, not this prop, this prop firm, right? How it looks from our perspective. All right, so you're some fucking guy or some girl from the internet, right? You want to pay, let's say, $300 and be able to trade $100,000. All right. And then you're saying, okay, I wanna, without any track record, without anything, that we don't know who the fuck you are at all, right? You're just Joe Schmo from the internet, and you want to be handed $100,000 to trade, and all you gotta do is show one trade, and that's all these stupid fucking questions we're being asked all the time, you know. Can I pass with one trade? Can I pass with 3 trades? Can I do this? All you're thinking about is how to scam the system. Which is fine. But this is not a mentality of a trader or of a person who is here for long-term hold. Okay? It's just a little one hit wonder, do the rip and fuck off into the night type of mentality. And that's a poor people's mentality. That's a mentality of a loser who will never be successful. I can guarantee you that. Because all you're looking for is how to scam, how to do little bullshit, nitpick, you know, how to steal. That's all you are. And instead of thinking long term, how do I become valuable into whatever business you're in? If you're an entrepreneur, if you're working for any corporation, or in prop firm, how do I become long-term successful where I make millions of dollars? So I don't have to think about how do I fucking steal $1,000, do a rip for $1,000, and then everything else be damned. Okay, that's a small timer's thinking, and I'm trying to explain to you how to start thinking big so you can achieve big things, and so you don't have to fucking do scammy bullshit, red like nonsense throughout your life. So you can be set for life, you can be successful in life, and the only way you're gonna be that way if you're going to provide value to the market, okay? And I'm not talking about trading market. I'm talking about in general. So if your mentality consists of how do I just make a quick run, quick buck, and then, this is how most people buy these stupid courses. Oh, I made $3 quadrillion selling Amazon books on Amazon or whatever, you know, the drop shipping course. Buy my drop shipping course. I can guarantee you in 2 weeks, you will be a millionaire. And morons like that, which is not you, hopefully, buy those courses thinking that this is going to be real. And they come to the trading world having the same erroneous expectations. Okay, all I got to do is pass 2 trades and then I get $1 billion. No, motherfucker. Why? Who's going to give? Would you give, let's say, let's put it this way. Would you give $100,000 to somebody who shows up from the internet, shows you 2 demo trades, and be like, yeah, here you go, $100,000. Let it rip, baby. Right? Does it make sense to you logically? No, it doesn't. Right? So why do you try to be scamming the fucking... The prop firms are the only space which allows you to scale up quickly. Instead of you trying to juice your $1,000 or $10,000 or $50,000 or even $100,000 into $3 quadrillion million, right, in 2.5 seconds. This is the only place which will give you funds. So treat it accordingly. Treat it with respect, where you will show that you are dedicated, that you're here for long term. You're not a one-hit wonder, and you're just trying to take a rip out of something, right? And people will notice that. People will notice that you're here for long term. You are here to, one second, let me just adjust the volume. There we go. So people will notice that you're taking multiple trades. You're taking 10 trades, 20 trades, 30 trades. You're showing some consistency. Those are the people that we are interested in. Every single platform. It doesn't matter. You go with Funding Traders, Funding Futures, or FTMO. It doesn't matter to me. Okay. Obviously, I have vested interest in our platforms, but it doesn't matter where you go. The platform business looks for those type of people who have consistency, who have proper expectations, and they shit can all the other ones who just wanna, I'm entitled. I showed you 2 demo trades. Give me my $100,000. Go fuck yourself. How about that? Go fucking work the field. All right? That's my sales pitch, ladies and gentlemen. But for those who actually want to be successful long term and want to retire in their 30s, 40s, whatever, even if you start at 40s and 50s and 60s and you want to retire within a decade's time and treat it as a business that you will be doing long term instead of just doing some kind of snatch and grab type of bullshit. If you want to be stealing purses off the street, be that, all right? Instead of building a fucking Hermes or Chanel type of boutique. You know what I'm saying? So the point being is become valuable first. Offer some value. Once you offer value, people notice because people with money look for people with no money but have a skill set. So show us that you have a skill set. Show us that you're a serious person and not a 20-year-old who wants to spin the wheel for free. Spin the wheel, spin the wheel, spin the wheel with our money. Or anybody. Again, I'm speaking to you honestly from every fucking platform's outlook. Okay? And this is why you see a sea of these bullshit complaints. Yeah. If you're going to go to work for Google and you don't know how to code, why the fuck do you think they're going to keep you there employed or even offer you anything? You know what I mean? So start treating this as a long-term career. Somebody is offering you a bunch of money to show an ability to produce money for them. Because I want to see that you can be not just do one time you get funded, you get paid once, and then you go mental, and you can't handle, oh my God, I'm a success, I'm super, your ego goes out of whack, and you immediately go on a tilt, right, as they say, and you immediately blow your account the next time. Show me that you can be when you can extract payouts 3 times at least. That's when we start copying your accounts. We start copying them 2x, 3x, 5x, whatever x. And that's I'm not doing this as a charity. I couldn't give a fuck. I'm not a charity. And no single platform is a charity. It's a business, motherfucker. Figure it out. They're here to make money just like you. But it has to be a symbiotically fitted relationship. If you're here to steal money and they want to make money long term, that's not a good fit. And it's never going to work. And you're never going to work long term because nobody will work with you. It doesn't matter where you go. So switch your mentality to addressing things long term and providing value. And once you provide value, you will be rewarded for that value that you provide. Okay? And the more value you provide, the more you will become rich yourself. It doesn't matter if you're producing t-shirts, widgets, phones. You cannot make a shitty phone and then expect everybody to buy it, right? So same thing here. Why am I going to buy shitty phones when there are plenty of good phones out there? Same thing with traders. If you're a shitty phone product, maybe you should work on yourself first, and then complain that the world doesn't owe you diddly fucking squat, okay? And until you get it through your fucking thick head of yours that the world will not give you shit until you become resonating properly on the same frequency with money in this world, where you offer value, and for that you get the energy backwards. You offer energy, the proper energy, and that energy gets returned back to you in form of money. Understand? So that's the type of person and mentality you need to be, first of all, to become at least profitable in profitable space long term. Yeah, obviously there's plenty of people that will get one payout and then that's the end of that, right? But if you want to be making money, if you want to be a millionaire from trading, you need to understand that this takes a year-long process. It takes years to hone the craft, just like a surgeon, just like a lawyer, just like an engineer. It takes years, okay? And the beautiful part about it is the better the more time you spend doing it, the more money you make, number one, and the more passionate you become about this. Why do you become passionate about this? Because you're becoming better and better at it. This is very addictive, but properly addictive. Not addictive when we first came to trading and we wanted to gamble. So all of this spiel, what I'm talking about right now, is basically changing your mindset from a gambler's mentality where I just want to take a rip to somebody's who will be addicted to this process because they're becoming good at it and they feel the reward, the proper reward. You know what I mean? So the difference is very simple. You can go get drunk or you can go to the gym. Both will, after you leave, will give you a certain feeling, right? But let's say you eat a grilled chicken and a salad, or you eat McDonald's with a milkshake. Both are food. Well, McDonald's is not food, but both are food, right? But one long term will fulfill you completely different than the other. You all know the difference yourself, right? So start filling yourself with proper nutrients and proper mentality. So proper addictive properties of trading will be also good when you become good at it. Not just, you're not gambling, but you're honing your craft. When you're becoming better, and it takes hard work. And most people don't want to put hard work. They just want a quick fix. Whatever, it's our mentality. It's not your fault. We all have that. You just have to proceed. We all want a fat pill. You swallow, you become skinny. We all want to go to the gym once and become fucking diesel, right? Whatever. We all want that, but it's simply not there. There's always price to pay. If you want to have a great body, it takes years and years of hard work to get to that level of amazing body. Yeah, some people win the genetic lottery. Stop that shit. I'm talking about the majority of people. Okay, us. Majority of people need to, in order to get the reward of something that is special, it takes time to get it. And trading is no different than that. All right. So stop expecting to make millions of dollars on week 3 of your trading journey. Or let me pass this. Let me just extract some fucking money the easy way so I can be on an easy street. If your whole mentality revolves about it being easy, you're gonna be losing. Okay, you're gonna be losing long term. You might have a successful rip here and there, but long term you're still gonna be a punk. Okay, so that's the 20 years on Wall Street advice I'm gonna give you. All right, or life advice for that matter. Because if you're a small time thinking person, that's exactly where you're gonna be. Again, think about what it's like to have $10 million instead of doing, okay, I'm gonna just make $5,000 this month or this quarter from this, and I'm happy. No, think big. Think large. Think largesse. Think and imagine it vividly. How you would, if the reason why you're doing this is so you can have those things that you see and you want to have, but through actual dedication, hard work, and process, and not trying to game the system. No motherfucker games the system indefinitely. Okay. It always catches up to you. It's like drug dealing or selling guns or doing anything. Yeah, you can make some quick buck in the beginning or short term, but the majority of the fucking guys end up in jail. Do you understand? You can be selling drugs right now. I'm in Miami. God knows, you know, yeah, cocaine everywhere, right? Miami. So you can be selling drugs and making a shit ton of money. Why the fuck are you fucking with this bullshit? But just like with this bullshit, that easy money street, the easy path always leads to failure long term. Or like joining the gang or the mafia and you can't get out, right? Once you made all the money, you're like, oh fuck, I can't leave. I have to still go fucking do nasty shit. So you either end up dead or in jail. The end game. And because you're 22, you don't fucking think about the end game. You think about it, oh, how can, and I get that. I get that. I was 22 too, right? You want to make the, as much money as possible, as fast as humanly possible. Fine. That's a good feeling. Just realize that you have risk and rewards to everything, and a person with delayed gratification will get rewarded in a disproportionately larger amount if you delay that for a little while, okay? Because you're gonna start compounding stuff, compounding knowledge. Instead of thinking small, you're building something big. Once you build something big, I'm talking about you as your brand, as your trading knowledge, your capacity and skill set. That's when then you're gonna have fuck you money. You understand? And the fuck you money is the best type of money. You know what's a fuck you money? Fuck you money is whenever anybody says something, you can say fuck you. I don't need to be there. I don't need to go there. I don't need to do any of that shit. It's called fuck you money, right? When nobody can tell you what the fuck to do anymore because you're free. And to get to that freedom, that's the motherfucking goal. And not to fucking rip 1,000 here for $100 there, like a little fucking chimpanzee stealing bananas. Don't be a fucking chimp and a simp. So that's a little motivational, whatever this was for now. All right. Again, I actually made a video, literally made a video, how to pass a prop firm challenge a year ago. Go on YouTube right now. Find that fucking video. I show how I passed the challenge. It took me 2 months. I had pretty much zero lose. I actually did it with no losers. I think I had one out of like 50 trades. All documented real time on everything, real time everything recorded. Go watch that fucking video. It took me 2 months to do that. Okay? But I was doing it obviously. But I'm treating it as a career. And I'm not risking 10%. I'm not risking 5% per trade like a jackass. Right? The strict risk controls are there because most people who come to this business, they're going to be risking 10%, 20%. And they don't realize, it's like being a surgeon and just opening people up and hoping you're going to fucking figure out how to fix the heart. That's what you're doing. And I'm telling you, you're not going to be cutting motherfuckers up and be successful for a very long time. You're going to be in jail. Same thing here. The reason why we have strict risk controls, 1% per trade, we're telling you 5%, because when normal traders, big traders, who have at least $1 million, 1% is $10,000. You know, that's not already nothing. You know, if you're just trading your individual, let's say an individual, you make enough money from prop firms, you have $1 million, and you can trade and make a living from it, let's say, right? Why would you want to risk 10%, 100K per trade? What if you have 3 losers? Now you're down 300K? You have 700, then how the fuck are you going to make it up? You're not, most likely. So why don't you learn good habits from the get-go? Stop bitching about the only fucking letter you get upstairs. Because nobody's throwing you any ropes. Nobody threw me any ropes. Nobody throws anybody any ropes anymore. Okay? Nobody, pretty much. So don't spit at the hand that feeds you, so to speak. Okay? And treat it as a long-term goal. And you will be rewarded beyond your beliefs. Okay? You will be... there's nothing in this world that feels better than freedom, than financial freedom. Okay? Nothing. Because when you have fuck you money, it's you can do whatever you want with your life. You don't need to be anywhere. Nobody tells you. You have to, don't talk like this in the office. Don't do this. Don't do that. Go. Fuck you, right? So think about having fuck you money, and to have fuck you money, set your goal 5 years out. When you have 5 years out, in 5 years, you're gonna have the Lambo. You can have the penthouse. You can have whatever you want to live in the city of your dreams, whatever you want to, whatever your goal is. But think about it in terms of 5 years out. And for the next 5 years, I'm just going to be a fucking relentless machine trying to achieve this goal. So yeah, it's going to suck in the beginning because there's a lot for you to learn. But you'll get used to it. And in 5 years, even if you don't get $10 million, you get $2 million in 5 years. You're still going to be happy as pig and shit, because with 2 million or 1 million or even making 20, 30 grand a month, you're still going to be having freedom of not having to rely on anybody for your sustenance, for your existence. You don't need to go to work anywhere, from farm to corporation. It doesn't matter. You don't need to do anything, right? You have the freedom to choose when you do, what you do, how you do it, for what reason you do it. And that's priceless. And you don't need to have $100 million to do that. With prop firms, you can literally be trading $200,000 account, make 10% a month, 5% a month. Okay? That's already, you have multiple of these accounts from different prop firms. Stack in the same prop firm, whatever you want to do. This is, and they will scale you from 200 to 500 to a million, whatever. That's how I got started. My first account was 100K. Let me tell you how it used to be before the internet bullshit prop firm space ruined it. Not ruined it, but I had to show my 2 years worth of track record of trading, profitable live account, audited it. Then, to get a 100K account, I had to buy in 40K. Okay? That was my first account decades ago. Think about that. Do you have 2 years of fucking track record of live accounts that are profitable? Or not more, no. Most of you don't. And yet you expect to get fucking something for nothing. I'm a dude from internet. Here's my $100 and give me $100,000, please. Okay, that makes sense, yeah. Right? So, if you already have this opportunity, and for whatever reason FTMO and other companies started lowering the bar to the point where it became ridiculous, right? It actually to your benefit that the bar is so low from when I started things. So all you got to do is just literally not fuck up. And by not fucking up, I mean just follow the rules. The rules are strict for a reason, because we don't want not a single prop firm wants people who are not consistent, who don't know, because anybody can get lucky. Anybody can get lucky once or twice, and that doesn't mean you know how to trade. Because again, this is a business that looks for professional traders, people who have a skill set but don't have the capital, and not people who want to spin the wheel for $50. Okay, you want to spin the wheel for $50? Vegas. That's probably going to buy you one spin anyway, then, so not that exciting. But you'll get a free drink, or used to, as they say. Vegas is in trouble. Anyway, so the systems that you utilize to pass the prop firms are simple. You hone your strategy. You take $1,000. You trade it by yourself on any fucking broker. And instead of thinking that it's $1,000 and I need to make $100 a day, you think about, okay, I need to produce 15% this quarter, okay, or 5% this month from this $1,000, okay. So all you gotta do, so you're gonna start trading with very small amounts, and you will have zero pressure. And all your job is to make percentages. Don't look at them as whole numbers. Oh, I only made $20 in my $1,000 account. No. Treat it as a percentage that it is. Okay? So it's 2%. It's great. And once you can stack, after 6 months at least, you can stack those percentages up, then you go for a firm, any firm, I don't care. Just go find a prop firm to your liking. Go get an account, use the $1,000, buy a $200,000 account, whatever, $100,000 account, $50,000 account. You know, save a little money, obviously. You know, you don't know how, you know, shit happens, blah, blah, blah. Buy yourself a $50,000 account. And then trade the same way, looking at percentages. Remove all the monetary P&L from your eyesight. So you don't watch the money, you watch the percentages. Okay, I made a 0.5% today. I made 1% today. I lost 0.5% today, blah, blah, blah. And then over a quarter, as you know, all the Wall Street runs on quarterly earnings. Same as you. This is how professionals run it. Why don't you run it like a professional? Right? So yeah, you might have a losing week, a losing month even. It's okay. But survive, live long enough, and then do your damage, do your move, right? Imagine because most traders, instead of thinking long term and think, okay, I might go on the tilt in the drawdown and it's gonna suck. They blow everything away, and this is how they blow up their accounts. Instead of taking small losses, and surviving long enough to go through that shitty period, because every period, is cyclical. When you're going through hell, as Winston Churchill said, keep going. Right? When you go through tough times, those times too shall pass. And all you got to do is just survive long enough to finally see the light at the end of a tunnel, to catch the upswing on your cycle. Okay? And that's what trading is, and that's why no professional will be betting 5-10% per trade like a jackass for any particular. Because the damage is going to be so big and you never know what's going to work out and what's not. You can have in poker, you can have pocket aces, you can have best hand, and 1 out of fucking 4 times, somebody's gonna have something better. How many times people go all in and they think they got the best hand and somebody else has just slightly better, right? Statistical motherfucking anomaly. So would you want to work 10 years for $1 million that you saved up, and then because World War III started, it got evaporated in the market because you were positioned long, the shit got short, and one day you just get a gap down. Like, you remember oil in COVID when it went negative? Do you think people thought that oil can possibly go negative? Right? Do you understand? And shit like that happens all the time. So that's why if you're gonna be losing at least 1-2%, all right, so fuck it, you will survive, right? If you're taking 0.5 percent, but by the way, you shouldn't even be risking 1%. You need to get your, everybody wants to swim across the ocean in one go, instead of feeling out the water first, then swimming little by little, and growing it. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon, and it's different mentality. And most people treat this business as sprint, and that's why they're unsuccessful. Because they sprint once, they get some sort of positive feedback reinforcing their shitty not behavior, but they reinforce erroneous thinking, and then they try to replicate it, thinking that this is the way of making money, and they keep losing, and they never get out of the fucking hole. All right? So don't teach yourself bad habits. Understand that this is a long-term process. Think about, instead of 1 or 2 trades, think about it in a series of 50. Can you take 50 trades, record every single one of them, and then see the percentage of losing, winning trades, all the statistics of your trading abilities? And then you try to, once you see positive results in 50 trades, in 100 trades, that's when you want to scale up. And that's when you're going to start finally making money. You obviously, a lot of you are not thinking, this guy doesn't know shit. You know, deaf ears. I've been there. I was young too. Go fuck yourself. You know, whatever. I get it. But what will happen is very simple. What I'm saying will just occur to you within the 6 months, a year, and you'll still come back around. You just haven't been beaten by the markets enough to realize that your way, as 95% of people lose money because they tried this motherfucking way and it doesn't work. And I'm trying to tell you that it doesn't work, and yet there's assholes on the stream right now thinking or probably saying in the live feed, nah, this guy's a fucking idiot. The fucking doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. I saw this guy on the internet. He turned $1,000 into $1 million. Yeah, man. Yeah, buy his course. See how it works out. All right, let's take some fucking questions. I'm just gonna last TLDR version summary. Start thinking big. Start thinking long term. And that's it. You'll be successful. Think about a year out. How you want to be a year out from now. As a trader. As a career trader. As a successful trader. Okay? A year out from now. Not a month. Anybody can go to the... See, the thing is, 90% of you on the stream can't even go to the gym for a month. To the motherfucking gym. How do I know? Go to January 2nd. Go to the gym. Is going to be packed. February 1st, nobody there. Nobody. What happened? So that's majority of you fuckers in the trading world. Same thing. It's the same thing because we're literally a cattle. We just go through. This behavior is visible in every pocket you will look at. In corporate world, in working out, in health, diet, whatever. Do you know how to lose weight? Do you need to buy another book, How to Lose Weight? Don't fucking eat a lot of sugar. Go to the fucking gym, right? Eat healthy, gym. Eat healthy, gym. And yet it's a fucking $1 trillion industry. Every motherfucking day there's a new book, How to Lose 10 Pounds. Thinking, oh, maybe there's finally a way. No, motherfucker. There's only one way. Okay? One proven way, at least. Even if you're taking fucking drugs that will help you lose weight, the minute you're going to get off those drugs, you're going to gain it right back. So the only fucking way to lose weight is the same fucking way that you can be successful in trading. It's you literally doing the fucking work, and majority of people don't want to do the work. They don't want to do the work, they just want to be rich. Life doesn't work that way, my friends. There's a few assholes who bypass that through cheating, to this and that. Okay. What do you think is a success rate of these, Do you know what, I'll give you an example. Do you know what's an average salary of a person of thieves, of bank robbers in jail? Think about it. Bank robbers in jail. Do you know how much money they make if you account for the time how much they stole versus how much time those assholes spend in jail? It's nothing. It's $15,000 or $20,000 a year. So, would you go risk to rob a bank for, let's say, I don't give a shit, $1 million, and then do 10 years? That's $100K. You can go get a job, $100K, without fucking getting butt fucked in jail. You understand? So, anyway, all right, let's see some questions. I think you get the point. All right, don't be an asshole. Just think long term and be a winner. That's it. Okay, so for someone transition from demo to funded account, what's the biggest mindset shift they need to make and succeed long term? Brilliant fucking question. I literally just answered it. Obviously, it's your shift from thinking long term. Think about, you need to survive the drawdown, the tilt periods. You need to just ride them out, because the wave of success, everything moves in waves, in cycles, whatever you want to call it, right? Economy, life, your personal life, everything. So just, imagine you would be, blowing up accounts is equivalent of, I'm sorry to say, suicide, right? Every time there's some bad shit happen, you blow your brains out, you're not going to live for very long, right? So yeah, we all have bad times. We all get depressed. We all go through this shit. You need to ride it out, and then the sunshine will come again, just like the other stuff. All right. So with trading, if you're gonna be risking too much capital, you ain't gonna live long enough to see the sunshine. All right. So that's why treat it as a series of trades. That's the mentality of shit, and not get mad or marry every individual trade you take, okay? Just because you took one stinker or two stinkers or five stinkers, doesn't matter. It's just in a series of 100 trades, because it's like meeting people, right? Out of 100 people, there will be a lot of assholes. A majority will be decent, and 2 will be your friends, right? A few. Same thing in trading, same thing with, again, it's 80-20 principle, blah, blah, blah. We all know this bullshit. So trading is just a microcosm of the same thing that we observe throughout life. So start thinking long term and in a series of trades. Remember that, series of trades. I need to be profitable in 50 trades. Not in one trade, not in 2, not in 3, 50. Can you be profitable in 50 trades? If yes, you'll be very successful. So Stan, what's your take on over leveraging and prop firm challenges? How do you balance taking solid trades without risking too much? Any leverage ratio you stick to? Right. Great question again. So, I literally answered that. Probably 0.5 would be the sweet spot because 0.5 with a 5% drawdown that you're allowed to, right? That's 10 fucking losers. Do you think you're going to get 10 losers in a row? Very unlikely. You might get 3. You're going to be down 1.5%. You'll live. What if you risk 1% and you have 4 losers? Now you're down 4%. Now you're like sitting there like fucking sweating bullets. I would be too. So in order for you, and you never know which trade is going to work out. That's why trading is so difficult, because you never know what shit will work out, what shit will not work out. Most of the shit, again, depending on your system, you've spent this 6 months to a year honing your craft, developing a system, studying multiple teachers, multiple people teaching you how to trade, extracting tools from various ones, identify, then putting them all together, keeping the journal, seeing that statistically these they work out 70% of the time. I will be taking those trades from now on, and you will never know which one you just have to take it like a robot. You'll take it. Obviously, use your discretion here and there, but you take those trades, and if 3 of them don't work out, or 4 of them don't work out in a row, if you risk 0.5%, it's okay. All right, with 60-70% win-loss ratio, even if you risk 1-to-1, it's just a matter of time until you hit that statistical significant volume of trades, until you pass the challenge, until you get funded, until you get paid once, twice, 10 times. You just have to wait out that period. Again, waiting out. So all we're talking about is literally discipline and patience. And God knows I was not a patient man. Probably still not when it comes to life, but not markets. Markets beat the fucking living shit out of me, so I became patient. It's like aggressive dog. You beat it with. I'm not advocating again. Don't need morons reporting this. Nobody should be. Animal cruelty is the worst thing possible. One of the worst thing possible, right? So, but if you beat a stupid aggressive dog, I was the stupid aggressive dog that got beaten by the markets into the goddamn behaving. That's it. And that's all it is. So discipline and patience. You become patient through getting shit kicked out of you, meaning losing a lot of money, until you're sick and tired of losing enough. So say, okay, you know what? I'm sick and tired of losing money. I want to be a winner. What does it take to be a winner? Oh, I need to be patient? Okay, I'll be fucking patient. because I'm tired of sucking cock for the last 2 years, right? And we all go through that. So, you know, that's the visual. Anyway. All right, let's take another question. How do you handle the pressure when you're one step away from passing? Okay, so again, how do you handle pressure? You handle pressure very simply by not having pressure when you reduce your position sizing. If you're having pressure and you're this close to being funded, if you're gonna start feeling pressure, you immediately go in the fight or flight state of mind, and that's how you fuck up. This is how you get to the 90%, and then you give it all back every single time. How many people bought like 4, 5, 10 challenges, right? You all bought a bunch of challenges at some point in your life, multiple, and you probably had a few of them which were like very, very successful. Then you self-sabotage yourself. You self-sabotage yourself is because you are playing a game for fun, let's say, right, with little pressure, and all of a sudden it's the shot timer. Everybody's watching. It's like the NBA playoffs, right? The final 5 seconds of the game, and you got the ball, you're like, and you choke the fuck up, right? Right? Or the last 10 seconds of a football match, whatever, pick one, right? And you hit and you fucking miss, you're like, motherfucker. That's because you're putting too much pressure on yourself psychologically. And again, if you start treating your trading ability as a series of 50 to 100 trades, you're going to hit your numbers. So it doesn't matter if you hit your number tomorrow or in a week. And that's how you don't have a pressure. You just should be okay with not. And the reason why you have a pressure is because your expectation is, I want to have funded account tomorrow. So instead of thinking, I want to do the process, you should be a process oriented in this instance, right? Where I want to take 20 trades and 13 of them will be profitable, or 11, whatever, even half, depending, right? And you will hit your quota. It just, you don't know when you're gonna hit it. You're gonna hit that in your system percentage wise, right? If you're 60% of the time right, 1-to-1, eventually you hit profitability. So you should be okay to it's just another experimental, another experiment, another test, another test, another test, another experiment, and you don't know which particular trade will work out or not. You will, but you know that out of 50 of them, it will work out. And that's how you keep calm. Because out of 50, 30 of them will be good. All right? And it's just a matter of time till you hit the number. So whether it's a week or 2 or 3 or a month, it's still not a crazy long period of time. Imagine going to the gym for a month. Yeah, for a person who never went to the gym, that's a fucking eternity probably, right? But in reality, 1 month, can you do something for 1 month and not expect it to pay you immediate fucking results? Yeah. So just don't put that much pressure on you that I need to be funded tomorrow because I have rent to pay and this and that. That you will not succeed because you automatically block your brain from thinking straight. Because the minute you put that thought into your head, you go into fight or flight mode with your amygdala. And your prefrontal cortex is offline in this decision making process. Your brain is using different part to make decision under that pressure. So you cannot if you put yourself into that state, you will make decisions conducive to that state, which will not lead you to be successful. Okay, so don't put yourself in that state by thinking that, this is going to be it. This is going to be it. This is going to be it. No, remove the emotion. You have to be cold. You have to be, you cannot be excited whether positively or negatively. You can't be depressed or excited. You have to be level and be okay with whatever outcome it will be. Because you know that you've backtested your system, that you spent 6 months diligently doing. I know. A lot of you already did, yeah, right? So why don't you spend 6 months, again, treat it as a university for the next year. Forget about everything else. This is you studying how to be worth $10 million in 10 years. Okay? Can you dedicate 1 year of your life for that? You can answer that question for yourself. So once you develop the system and you see that there are a series of trades, this is how many will be winners, this is how many will be losers with this risk to reward ratio, you're able to, you don't give a shit when you're going to pass. So I was taking, I was obviously the YouTube video I'm referring to, I wanted to show you what you can do when you have, you know, big dick player energy, right? Whatever, for YouTube. Fine. So it took me 3 months or 2 months but no losers. No fucking losers. Right? You can see the scroll through. Unlike all the other, I'll just show you one trade. I have the whole fucking history while I was taking those trades, dates and times and everything else. Anyway, so same thing for you. You just have to know that you're confident, and confidence comes from doing these things over and over and over again. And once you put in the 6 months to a year, you will get confident, you know, and you will start, certain things will start clicking. For some faster, for some a little slower, doesn't matter. And that's how you stay confident, because now you have a system that actually works 70% of the time. And with that, you can make money in trading world. Big time. How do you handle the pressure when you're one step away from... Okay, with that. My question is, do I focus for risk more win rate and more than optimal balance for beginner? That's, again, it depends on your personality or what kind of risk to reward, what kind of a win rate works for you. You have to experiment. That's why it takes it in 6 months to a year. You have to experiment with short stop losses versus wide stop losses. I like wide stop losses. Some people like super short stop losses because they would rather not deal with the bullshit. You know, it's all how your mentality is, and we're all different. We all have different upbringing, different environments, different schedules, different everything. Okay. So if you can't be next to a computer, probably having tiny stop losses that wick you out and then the price goes your way will annoy the shit out of you, right? If you're having an office job and then you can't monitor shit, then don't do that. Put a wide stop loss in. You just need to get the direction right, not the noise. I don't care about the noise. That's why I like to trade on higher time frames. I don't want the noise. I just need to be right about the direction, general direction. If I'm right in the general direction of reactions of different levels, I'll make money, and that's my fucking system, right? Some people like they want to have an intensive 2-hour period where they take 15 trades, and it's in and out, in and out, in and out, very highly focused, highly stressful, but this is what they like. And stop loss, they try this, they just go about back and forth, they can bounce mentally. You know, some people are flexible mentally, some people are not so flexible mentally. God knows, you've met people who are flexible and who are fucking stubborn. Which motherfucker are you? Right? So, same thing here. It depends on your personality, and you need to test both systems, and then you'll figure out which motherfucker you are. And you'll take 100 trades this way, 100 trades that way, and you're going to start to get a feeling for what works better for you, what works worse for you, or some combination of both. And that takes 6 months to a year. All right? I know that's not the answers most of you want to hear. Everybody wants to have that Instagram promise. Okay, I'm going to teach you how to be successful in 30 days. Buying real estate in 30 days, no money down. You're going to be a fucking millionaire just like me with all these hoes next to me on my Lambo, you know, smoking cigars. Right? Buy my real estate course. Buy my dropshipping course. Buy my copywriting course. Buy my this, buy my that. Meanwhile, they're just selling you garbage. And they become rich from selling you garbage. Most of them. So, yeah. You need to figure out, first of all, you need to run the experiment. In 30 days, you're not going to figure out shit from fuck. All right? As they say in New York. The only thing you're gonna figure out is that you don't know shit. that's what you're gonna figure out, and then you're gonna spend 6 months, day and night, obsessing about this, and that's what it takes. It's obsession. You do nothing. This will occupy 80% of your fucking mental bandwidth. The rest, the other 10, 20 will be gym and family and loved ones. All right, that's it. No distractions, no bullshit, no nothing else. No trying this and the drop shipping course and how to fucking knit a sweater bullshit. No, motherfucker. You do this, you take care of your body, your mind, your family. That's it. That's all you do. You go into monk mode for a year. Lock yourself in. You're in the motherfucking library. You're in the university. Study, motherfucker. You know? Not fucking going out to drinking with boys, watching some game like a jerk. If you want to be watching games, be one of these losers at 50 fucking watching games in a bar with $2 in your pocket. Right? Go watch the game, buy yourself a fucking ticket at the, whatever, at the floor. You know? Anyway, on the floor. So have proper expectations. Long term, 6 months to a year, 100 trades, 50 trades, series of trades. Don't bet on any particular. You out of the 50 series, are you gonna bet all your? Let's say I have a gun to your head, right? And you're gonna bet your life with. Are you gonna be wrong on the out of the 50 trades? Are you gonna be wrong on number 3 or 7? Right? That's retarded. You're never gonna know when it's gonna be if it's gonna be the third one is gonna be a loser or the 7th or the 55th, right? But you know that overall out of those 50 cumulatively, you'll have 70% or 60% or 50% right, and then you just tweak that risk to reward ratio for this system. I personally trade 1 to 1, 1 to 1.5. I don't need to do more because I get in the position. I take my profit and I fuck off. Okay, because I can repeat finding these trades over and over and over again. And so can you. Whenever you see these videos of 15 to 1, it's literally 20-year-old kids. Yeah, look at me, sniper entry. Yeah, I have sniper entry. This is a sniper entry right here. So what, right? I'm going to put my stop loss here, and I'm going to get 15 to 1. No, motherfucker. No, there's not a single person on this planet who has been successful for more than trading for years who does that. Not one. Okay? At least when it comes to trading. Okay? You're not going to be putting a stop loss on 1 minute chart and then taking profit on the daily. Right? Maybe once in a blue moon everybody gets lucky, whatever, fine. Yeah, it happens once in a while. But you cannot build your system. The majority of your bread and butter trades cannot be that naive. Okay? So you have to have statistical advantage and understand how markets move. If you're going to have a 2 pip stop loss or 5 pip stop loss, to make 100, the chances of you finding those trades and then working out long term, slim to none. So that's the God honest truth. How do you rebuild confidence after a losing streak without overcompensating on the next trades? So whenever you go on a losing streak, very simple, you reduce the size. That will bring back your confidence, because obviously something is not right with your mental, it's not, I'm not saying mental state, but something is off. So when something is off and you don't know what the fuck is off, you cut the position to 1/3, half, 1/3, 1/4, and you trade with smaller size until you start seeing positive feedback, and then you regain the confidence. That's how you regain the confidence. You have to cut the position size immediately. You have 3 losers, cut your position size. Because you don't know if it's going to be 3 or 7. Because something is fucked in your life that is preventing you from doing correct assessments. Right? Or the market cycle is running. It doesn't matter who to blame. But something is off. And until that off changes, you need to, again, coming back to surviving long enough. Surviving long enough, in this instance, cutting your positions in half, in 1/3, 1/4, and then once you start getting on the winning streaks again, you're regaining confidence and you bring up your size and you're back to normal. What is your full day routine? Masturbation is okay for trading? If yes, then How many times do you do it? All right. Your routine should be consisting of shit that will prop your headspace correctly. You know what I mean? So this is very stressful. This is not easy. This is the easiest, hardest way of making money. And what you need is breathing exercises, physical activity, meditation. Okay, I know most people not meditate, but you can do 2 minutes of breathing, deep breath work. Your head immediately changes because it changes your nervous system from sympathetic to parasympathetic, or vice versa. I don't remember, but you get, you can look it up, right? But your nervous system switches from fight or flight to calm and collected and normal, right? So you achieve those things through, you want to have a harem of women, do it, more power to you. But more likely than not, if you don't have a harem of women just yet, right? So, or men for female or otherwise audience, right? So, so your routine should be consisting, obviously, of keeping your mind sharp. Most young kids want to drink, they want to do drugs and all that bullshit. And that's not a way to go, because it's going to dull your mind. You dull your mind, you dull your progress. It will slow down your progress. It's better if you want to be drinking and doing drugs, more power to you. Make $10 million, then go do your drugs. Go to Ibiza, fucking trip on ecstasy for a month. I don't care. But do it on the yacht. Instead of you going with your jerk of friends to a local pub, drinking every Friday, every Saturday to forget your miserable motherfucking existence. Don't do that. All right? I know most of you will not listen to me because, we all are idiots in that sense. But, yeah, don't do that. You need to literally, the easiest way not to subside, not to go into these, not to do damage to your trading, is to, again, think about it, taking 100 trades and then thinking about monk mode. So until you take those 100 trades, you're not allowed to party, you're not allowed to drink, you're not allowed to do any stupid shit, and you know what stupid shit is yourselves, right? You have to be on point. Then, as a reward, when you complete the 100 trades, do something special for yourself, whatever that special is. Hopefully, healthy, right? Do it, but don't become one of these. It's Happy Thursday, Happy Friday, blah blah blah, whatever all this. No, those are corporate fucking world mentalities of people who are just, they have to slave like a dog for jobs they don't like. They hate their lives, and they have to go numb themselves with alcohol, drugs, sex, whatever, every weekend or starting on Thursday, just to be in their miserable existence. Instead of changing their existence, they're dulling it and trying to keep a lid on it. So that's how you end up with people, in trouble. So. And it's okay if you've been in that whatever environment, fine. But now make changes. And the change you should be making right now is very simple. For the next 100 trades, however long it's going to take you to take 100 trades, or 50 at least, you promise yourself, all right, I'm going to lock myself in front of the computer, in front of my whatever, wherever you trade, right? And I'm going to be on point. And we all know what on point is and what on point, because you can't bullshit yourself. If you're on a diet, you're eating ice cream, you're not on point, right? Even though nobody sees, it's just a bite, right? It's just one bite. Fuck, right? You fucked up. Same thing here. You know what will be on point and what will not be on point. So lock yourself in and do that experiment. You'll see fucking wonderful things happen to you. Wonderful things. If you keep switching trains because they don't start moving as soon as you get on, you'll never leave the station. Yeah, that's why you need to see if the train you're riding is on point or not, right? So, and you test it. You test the you test the system, and it takes time to test the system, to take those statistically significant volume number of trades, for you to determine if this is for you, not for you. And it's okay. That's why it takes, again, nothing that will make you millions of dollars will be super easy and super fast happening. It will happen fast when you are prepared to get it. You know, it's you practicing from age 5 to 15 playing basketball, and then the fast shit happens. But nobody saw the Michael Jordan or Kobe endless nights of grinding and playing and preparing. You know, they only see the highlight afterwards. So you have to understand. You have to go through that. You have to pay the dues, as they say, right? You have to pay the price in order for you to be admitted to the club of success. Okay, my barrier was somehow always losing my multiple accounts right after being funded. To solve this, I had to cut my outer connection with money, conquer greed, and you'll conquer trading. Exactly. You need to self-sabotage. We all have our, we all think about yourselves as the thermostat in your apartment, your building, the temperature control. If you're operating on 85 degrees Fahrenheit or whatever, 15 Celsius, and your thermostat goes immediately to 25 Celsius or 100 degrees Fahrenheit, you're going to feel, it's just like, whoa, what the fuck is going on? Your brain is like, whoa. Your brain is designed to keep you safe. So it's like, tone down, motherfucker, and you start self-sabotaging to cool yourself back to your zone of your comfort zone. So to expand your temperature, to expand your comfort zone, you need to do it gradually. If you do it too fast, you end up like with like Mike Tyson's of this world. He made $500 million. He was bankrupt. Okay, he pissed it all away because he didn't know how to manage it. He didn't grow into all these lottery winners. Because the thermostat said, no, motherfucker, you're not a 25 Celsius. You're at 15 Celsius. Back down you go, motherfucker. Instead of you going from 15 to 16, 16 to 17, 17 to 8. So steps. And it takes time. And it comes back to discipline and patience. It's the same thing over and over and over again. All these subject matters are all intertwined. Had to overcome being an overachiever and performative with my actions. Didn't realize how much pressure my family placed on me until I started trading. I was profitable early, but their expectations eventually had negative impact because they didn't care for journey or growth. They wanted instant results and instant benefits. Now I keep it to myself. Exactly. And keep this fucking thing to yourselves as well, because you're not your daddy, you're not your mom, okay? You're not your friends. You have your own journey. And they don't need, it's like, Imagine Steve Jobs or Bill Gates, whatever. Pick any whatever. Let's stick with Steve Jobs, right? His parents would tell him, no, don't be, go. In fact, most parents do that. Yeah, go to the university. You'll have a plan B. Get a job. That model doesn't work, motherfucker. It hasn't been working for 50 fucking years already. That shit is dead for most people. Don't listen. They are old. They have older notions. They live in a world that doesn't exist anymore. You understand? So their model, unless they're super fucking wealthy and rich, and successful rather, not rich just for the sake, but successful, then most likely they have outdated notions. And outdated notions, unfortunately, not going to make you rich. They can make you comfortable. They can make you okay. And if that's okay for you, then mazel tov, fucking go for it. That's okay too, So if you're okay making $100,000, sitting in a cubicle, having some dipshit boss tell you, I need this filed by tomorrow, blah, 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 blah. Why don't you work on Saturday? Why aren't you replying on emails? Blah, blah, blah. Fucking go fuck yourself. Fuck you money. There you go. Right? If you want to be commanded by somebody else, then, and be okay being okay, then, I'm okay, you're okay, everybody's okay. Fucking be okay. But I'm not okay being fucking told what to do, what the fuck, I want to be my own, I want to make my own schedule. I want to do what I want to do. But that requires a lot of risk and a lot of fucking getting beaten and trying different things and it's a lot harder. That's why most people opt out for safety. Okay? So most of your parents or your loved ones will tell you, oh, this is bullshit, this is that, da da da. How many? Okay, I'll give you a simple example. How many of you would have told Elon Musk that he can send rockets to Mars or space as a private individual before he started SpaceX? How many of you would have thought that this is possible? And you would be like, yeah, you should totally do it, man. Right? No. Right? Or, and if that's like, imagine he's 20 years old, you're his parent, right? How many of you would be really supportive? Not just saying, yeah, okay, go do it, right? But really be like, yeah, that sounds fantastic. But he fucking did it because he didn't listen to anybody, right? He said, I'm going to fucking do it, and he did it. And that's what you need to do. Because the other people, they don't have this, it's not their life. It's not their vision. There's plenty of people who made this fucking thing work. I'm one of them. It took me fucking years and years and years of hard work, tears, blood, everything. But it's doable. What do you think? SpaceX was easy? Tesla was easy for him? No. Read it, the teetering on the bankruptcy and losing everything and blah, 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 all the time. Do you know how much pressure that is? Same thing. Whether you like him politically or not, it doesn't matter. So, keep it to yourself. By the way, all this bullshit advice, you should tell all your friends your plans, and so they keep you accountable. No, that's garbage. If you have certain energy within you, that is a little fire in that belly, keep it to yourself. Keep that fire grown, and hone that craft, hone that skill set. Don't share. Once you share anything, it dissipates. The energy dissipates, spreads. So the force of your energy diminishes. Okay? So don't overshare. They'll see. Show them. Because everybody says shit. It's like a fucking being a rapper, flap, and nothing else. And then they found out you're sucking cock. Fucking Mr. Gangster 3000. Right? Same thing here. So don't flap. Don't be a flapper. Be somebody who just does it. And that way you're not going to look like an idiot. You're not going to feel the pressure. Not as much pressure. You just, you do you. You do yourself quietly. You do it day in, day out. But do it diligently because, again, lock yourself in a room for a year, for 6 months, and do it. Just fucking do it. Enough is enough of being fucking poor dipshits. Right? Say, I had enough, motherfuckers. I'm going to be somebody. So, you lock yourself in that fucking room, and for 6 months, it's not the end of the world, to wait 6 months to become something great. Read the books, watch the YouTube educational videos, learn, experiment, learn, experiment, fail a lot. Fail enough times that you start spotting things that work. And then take, out of 100 failures, you take 5 winning things, and that what becomes your system. You discard through the process of elimination, you discard all the bullshit, and then you create a system that works. All right? All right. Yep. I'll preach till I'm blue in the face. Find your significant highs and lows that you want to work from. Set alerts and walk away until your phone buzzes. Exactly right. Exactly fucking right. Like I told you yesterday when I was on this trade when this thing happened on Wednesday. When was it? Wednesday? Tuesday. I was at the gym. Remember when we started the live? I said I'm waiting for it to go down. To where? To this level. This previous high here coinciding between 50 and 618. After I saw this pin bar, this candle. Oh fuck! 1 sec. after I saw this spin bar form, I got an alert when this price action was happening. Now I'm from the gym. I'm seeing, okay, there's a pin bar and there's a follow through. So I went long. It didn't do shit for a little while, but it worked out, right? So same thing. You just you do your analysis whenever you do your analysis, whatever time of the day, and then you pick the levels, and then you don't need to monitor and you don't need to be glued to the screen thinking, when is it going to get to this level? When is it going to get to... It doesn't matter when it's going to get to that level. When it's going to get to your level, you're going to get an alert. On TradingView, it's very easy. You set your phone, you click this press button, add alert, it'll send you an email, send you a text, send a fucking pigeon to you with whatever. And that's when you open up your phone, if you're not next to a computer, if you're in a restaurant or gym or walk or whatever the fuck you're doing, you're like, okay, all right, so this looks like it's setting up. And then you check. Okay, now it's set up. Boom, done. You enter the trade. You got, and that's it. And then you don't know if it's going to work out or not. But out of 100 of these, they will work out. That's all trading. That's all that trading is. My issues were I hold losses and exit profits. It took me 2 years that only 1 to 2 are risk to reward, and be consistent and disciplined with rules can change entire life. So basically, a person is saying they were cutting the winners short and keeping the losers for indefinitely. Exactly. It's because first of all, you didn't have the system, and you didn't adhere to it. You didn't back test. That's why you didn't have any confidence. And you were basically, the minute you saw a little bit of profit, like, fine, I'll just take that fucking profit, right? And then when the loser is, you're like, okay, I'll let it run. It's going to win. Eventually come back. And you know what? 90% of the time it will come back. But you know what's going to happen to the other 10%? It's going to keep going and going and going until you blow up the account. And that's how you blow up an account. All right? It's not that it happens every time. It happens very rarely. But if you've been working for a year and then that rarely happens and you just lost all of your shit that you've been working for a year, you're a dumbass. Right? All right. Shit, this was a long motherfucking bon voyage. I'm going to be gone for the next 2 weeks. I'm on vacation and traveling. This wasn't exactly what I planned to talk about today in this, but I think some of this should resonate with you. I'll be back in 2 weeks. We'll see. August is usually slow. I don't know if I want to be doing lives. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I like these limited series runs. People attend. Then they have weeks, months to implement, and then we restart with something else again. Right. So with that said, I really want to thank you for attending last 2 weeks. I'll be back in 2 weeks. I'll drop a line when I'm back, and maybe I'll resume, at least do a small limited series in August for a week or two and go from there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it was my absolute pleasure to have you as my guests. I know when I can be loud and call people names and this and that, but most of you are not idiots, and most of you are intelligent, and you want to be successful. So just give it time, and you will be. Put in the work, you will be. Just do the shit that you need to do, and chunk it up. 1 foot in front of the other. You just do one step at a time, one day at a time, just like going to the gym. You can't go to the gym and just spend 17 hours and be like, okay, now I look like Schwarzenegger. It's not going to do, it's going over and over and over and over and over again. And same thing with trading. So treat it as a marathon, one day at a time. Your goal is to do those 100 trades. When I come back, hopefully some of you will have at least 50 to 100 trades, at least 30, 40, whatever number you're going to have. But hopefully you understood the importance of not wasting your energy on superficial, trivial life, because dissipating your energy onto bullshit, basically. Lock yourself in, do the 100 trades, journal every single one of them, and I promise you, you will start, your brain will be like, oh fuck, I thought this is working. This is not working. Oh fuck! I thought this is actually working. Oh, this is very nice. I should do more of that. And when I come back, hopefully you'll be a better trader in those 2-3 weeks and whenever I see you next time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it was my absolute pleasure. I'll see you next time. All right.